All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our end of day watch list report with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist. Let's get into it. All right, so as you know, tomorrow is FOMC Day, followed by a press conference. Normally, the FOMC announcement is made at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then at 2:30, they usually will do a press conference. And this is New York time. So I'm not sure if that's going to be the same tomorrow, but just heads up on that. All right. So here is theta. And as you can see, since we had the original crash alert, the market has come down and is headed toward the 189 support. If that doesn't hold, then the market goes into a free fall status. All right, even though technically it is now, but because of this support back here, we have to call it that. So if it breaks this over the next 24 hours or so, then the next target is down here at 87. All right. So yeah, this is a bearish trend momentum reading. You're in a locked in corrective mode in your theta. Next, we have ZEC or Zcash. As you can see, it's still in a locked in bear market and the price is coming down, threatening to take out this support. And that means that we are now eyeing the 52-week lows, which are now in play to be taken out. Next is XRP Ripple. Bearish trend momentum reading. Market is in a corrective status, threatening to take out the support here. Look out below. Next, we have silver. Bearish trend momentum reading, corrective status. The support did not hold. It has now been broken. You're in a free fall status. Psychological support now is at 26. And if that does not hold, then the market goes into further free fall on its way to the 24 psychological support. If that doesn't hold, then the next psychological support is at 22. All right, so 26 is what we are headed for right now, followed by 24, then 22. These are your three key support zone areas. And you don't need for me to tell you what happens if the major support at 22 doesn't hold. All right, so look out below in your silver. Next is the Dow futures. So the Dow futures still has the bullish algo shift, but the overhead trend line resistance at 38,800 is a very key technical bottom of the Kumo cloud resistance zone that the market has not been able to penetrate. Also, we cannot forget the negative bot check, which means a down leg is coming. And it should be a down leg that takes out this support area here. All right, so look out for this tomorrow. Next is the NASDAQ 100. The NASDAQ 100 futures gave us a crash alert on the close today. And now this key support is also now in play. All right, this is in play, folks. All right, that psychological 17K is in play. And once the market falls below it, there is no more support. I repeat, there is no support in the tech sector until you get down here to that psychological 14K zone. That's it, folks. That's it. That's a 3,000 point crash potentially coming to the NASDAQ 100 if this 17K support does not hold. All right. Please be aware of this. This is a crash alert with a bearish trend momentum reading. All right. Please be aware of this. Can the market reverse tomorrow with a powerful rally? Absolutely. Absolutely, it can. But it has major resistance at 18,000. All right. Be alert and be aware of this going into the FOMC tomorrow. Next, we have gold futures. bearish trend momentum reading, corrective status. Support did not hold. Support failed today in the gold futures. Now, this market is gunning for the 2200 psychological support zone. All right, 2200. All right, that's what we're looking at in your gold. I know it's scary. That's a $1,300 drop. It's scary, right? So yeah, I'm just saying. Look, here you go. This zone here. The next one is at 2,100. So 2,200, 2,100, right? So you're talking about a possible, $200 to $300 drop. Then the next one is at 2K. All right, 2K. So 2K, 21, 22. That's where you are right now. Okay, that's what you're gunning for right now. 22 is in play. So we're looking at a possibility of a $300 decline coming in your gold. All right, just saying. Prepare yourself for the worst. Be ready. Hope for the best. Prepare for the worst. Next, we have the E-mini S&P 500. We now have back-to-back negative bot checks in the E-mini S&P 500. Back-to-back negative bot checks, bearish trend momentum reading. The key support area right here is now in play to the downside. The market's getting some help because 5K is a strong psychological support. If this 5K does not hold, then this support here will be easily taken out. All right. The E-mini S&P 500 futures does not have any more support if this zone is taken out until you get down here toward the 4K level. 41.19, folks. That is quite the drop potential that you may see in these markets. Next is oil. Crude oil futures gave us a negative bot check yesterday. We had some downside production today. Market stopping short at this key support area. So far, it is held. However, if the $80 psychological support does not hold, then the next one is at 75. If that does not hold, you will not see a support zone until you come all the way down here back to 67. All right. But so far, so good. As long as this 80 holds, you're okay. And then you'll have another little support zone here at 75. But after that, it's going to be a bloodbath. So please prepare yourself for that eventuality. Remember, the trend can always reclaim the price action at any moment. It's just the nature of the markets. Looking at the euro, it's in a locked-in bear market with a bearish trend momentum reading. We also had a negative bot check yesterday coming in today's trading. And yes, we do have the bullish algo shift reading here, which is helping the market to not break this key support area. But if the market does break this key support area, there's no more support here on this screen until you get way down here below par at 95.81, folks. Think about that. Think about that. We're talking about 1,200 pips away. That's a lot of pips. All right. That's a nasty potential. Let's hope not, right? But then again, these are markets. You never know. Next is the pound sterling. Bearish trend momentum reading, still in a bull market position, but the bullish algo shift is keeping the market in a neutral zone, not threatening to take out this key support. But as long as you have a bearish trend momentum reading, this key support is a target. It is the downside target. So beware of this. Overhead resistance here, 127 is a strong resistance. Market's been having a lot of problems staying above 127. All right, so this is a very wide trading range you got here. You got a key support all the way down here, 122.98, and then you got 107 up here. All right, so you got like a 400-point trading range in the pound sterling. Next, you have the Aussie. Now, the Aussie managed to get back up here, but 66 is a powerful resistance. It just couldn't hold it. Then it manages to come down here and fall below 65. What's going on, right? You still got the bullish trend momentum reading, but there's nothing here to help push it up. You would think there would have been something going on here, but it's just not. It's struggling. It's just locked in a very wide trading range, as you can see here. Very wide. At least 100-point trading range, maybe a little bit more than that. But we'll just round it off and say 100-point trading range where the Aussie is stuck. And it has not been able to get back above the Kumo cloud to save its life. It always stops short. It bumps its head right there at the Kumo cloud top and then just crumbles. It has not been able to crack that resistance. So we're going to probably see the 64 area for the foreseeable future unless something happens to stop that. All right. You're just going to drift lower. And then eventually you'll turn back into a locked in bear market. So the Aussie is in a dire situation right now. All right, so the Russell My Hustle has a crash alert it gave us for tonight into tomorrow's trading. You also still have this negative bot check, so we know a down leg's coming, but the Russell did something interesting here. It put in a double floor. So you have a support right here at 1913 and then another support right here. All right, so this is interesting. So you got 1913 and then you got another one in 1966. So from 1966 to 1913, you got a nice little air pocket here. All right. So the question is, how severe of a down leg are we going to see? This is a crash alert, and you got a bearish trend momentum reading. And the price action is all taking place below the Kumo cloud, which is a very dangerous place to be with a crash alert and a bearish trend momentum reading. And if these two support areas fail, there is no more support in the Russell. The next target beyond these two support points is the 52-week lows, and that's it. That's how severe the sell-off can be. Now, yeah, I'm aware of that. John says that they've been buying gold and printing their currency like crazy to do so in Australia. Yeah, a lot of places, a lot of central banks have been buying the gold too. And like I said in yesterday's video, Nvidia needs gold for its powerful chips. So gold is in demand for a multitude of reasons because gold is not just a commodity with ulterior uses, a limited commodity without ulterior uses, but it's also acts as a currency. Gold is money, right? So gold is money and gold is also a commodity, all right, with alternative uses. So definitely something to watch going into tomorrow's FOMC. The trends can always relock in, all right? Just remember that. Market doesn't have to necessarily do that, but we're giving you the heads up. The system saying you need to be aware of this going into tomorrow. Ethereum still has the locked in bullish trend momentum reading. We had a rally alert coming into today. The market sold off pretty heavy. And also has given us a bearish algo shift. So we have to now watch that. Will the market break this key support zone and crack? If so, you don't have support again into 2165. So that's quite a drop potential that could happen. But as long as you got the bullish trend momentum reading and you're in a locked in bull market, the bull should come here and defend this area vigorously, get the price action back in the Kumo cloud so the market can resume the bullish trend. So definitely something to think about. Also, time is limited. There's a vortex coming up right here. If the price action fails to get back above the Kumo cloud, then you could see things get quite nasty. But as long as you got a bullish trend momentum reading, the price action should be able to pick up. All right, let's see. Next we have let's see, Bitcoin futures. So Bitcoin futures came down here and tested the key support area as well. Huge sell-off today. And on the close, we got a bearish algo shift to boot. We have another support zone here at 56,470. Okay. So that's a nice little air pocket between where you are, where the market went today, and here. So that's another, we'll just round it off. We'll say between 4 to 5,000 point possibility of support, more downside, from today's low. So that's what you got. Nice little air pocket here. And as long as you got the bullish trend momentum reading, you're still in a locked-in bull market, believe it or not. Even though it's in a corrective state, it's functioning as a corrective state right now. And this, pullback that's deepening, trying to give you another leg down. But you did take out this key support area here, but not by a whole lot. But you still took it out, so you have to show concern there. You didn't want to see this taken out, but because you're in a whipsawing here in a trading range, a very wide trading range, you got a $10,000 trading range going on right now in Bitcoin. You got to take note of that as well. So we're at a situation now where the bulls should come in and defend like they did back here. It should start to get ready to defend. So I'm anticipating that we're going to see that continue to go that way. As far as the rate cut thing goes tomorrow, you make a good point. John is saying that any European country not using the euro has been buying gold for the past 2 to 3 years as the ECB hold the staggering amounts of US dollars denominated debt off book. Yes, that is true. That is 100% true. Um, it's a sticky situation, though. It really is, because what are you going to do? They've already printed money to infinity. I mean, they've already wrecked the economy. What else can they do, right? All right, our last chart here is the US dollar. Now, we did get this positive bot check, which means a big up leg is in the works and imminent. You got the bullish trend momentum reading, locked in bull market north of the Kumo cloud. All systems are go, folks. All right, this dollar, you need to watch out. Depending on what happens tomorrow, this dollar could power up again. I'm still calling 108. Once the dollar vacates this level down here and hits that 108, and we get a close above that 108, it's game over. I've been warning this for a while now, going all the way back to 2023. I've been warning about this for a year now. And just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. If it does, I've told you, it's game over, folks. So, everyone's calling for the death of the dollar and thinking it's going to crack and go back below par, which it still could easily do that. But I think the higher risk is not that the dollar, cracks back below par, but that it goes to the moon. All right, and that's I'm giving you the warning signs of what that will look like. If this thing goes to 108, it's over. Consecutive closes above 108, it's over, because that means 108 will be the new par for the dollar. 108 will be the new par, which means we're going to 114, 130s, 140s. We may even break $2. I'm telling you, as hyperinflation starts to rear up, it's not the dollar falling. It's going to be the dollar going ballistic to the upside. And you would think that would make commodities, just crash, right? Because a strong dollar, that would hurt commodities. But I'm here to tell you, no, it's going to have the opposite effect. You're going to see the commodities rally with the dollar and go through the moon. I know it's weird. It sounds crazy. And then if the dollar takes off like that, right, you would think that would hurt everything else. But then you're going to see the stock market rally on top of that. I'm telling you, it's some crazy stuff that is on the horizon once the US dollar breaks this 108 threshold. I'm warning you. I'm telling you, that's what it's going to be. All right, that means hyperinflation has arrived. Not inflation, but hyperinflation. And it's going to first start where it always starts, food and energy. That's why they took food and energy out of the GDP numbers and all that other stuff. That's the reason. Because then they can hide it and they can deny. But you can't deny when you go to fill up your gas tank. You can't deny when you go to buy a loaf of bread at the grocery store. So this is very serious, folks. And this bot check up here at the 105, 106 level is frightening. We had it back here when the dollar was threatening to break that 108. And then, of course, it sold off. But look, it came roaring right back. You see what I'm saying? That's scary, man. So 108 equals hyperinflation. All right. I'm just saying. All right. It's the dollar collapse in reverse. Dollar collapse doesn't mean the US dollar index going to zero. Dollar collapse literally means the US dollar going back to the sky and going to levels it's never been. We haven't seen a 140 print since like the 90s or whatever. All right. So, yes, absolutely. The US dollar index breaking out to that 108 and going and signaling hyperinflation will cause Bitcoin to explode. That's how you're going to get your Bitcoin 100,000, Bitcoin 10,000, Bitcoin a million. That's where that comes from. Bitcoin will do that when the US dollar makes 108 its new floor. When 108 becomes the new par for the dollar, that's when Bitcoin will explode. And that's where you'll see the equities go right along with it. See, people are getting it, they got it twisted. They think that the theory that you learn in business school and economics class is what's going to play out, but it's not. This is a new age. Things happen in reverse. So a crashing dollar is a dollar exploding higher. A dying economy and a dying employment environment equals the stock market and the Dow breaking out to new all-time highs. The worse the economy gets, jobs and all that, the higher the Dow goes. Okay? That's how this works. The higher the dollar goes, the higher gold and silver is going to go along with it and Bitcoin. You would think that that would make gold and silver go in the opposite direction and have them act like a commodity because, of course, there's an inverse relationship with dollar versus commodities, just like the inverse relationship between bonds and yields, interest rates. So, do you get it now? This is what it will look like. Okay? Yes. All right. So, this was your primer on the collapse of the U.S. empire. All right. Now you know what to look for in these charts, in these algo charts. And I keep you, on point with these attack reports. So if you log into your dashboard and specifically go to Dex's watch list, you'll see what I'm talking about. And you'll get an understanding of how we plan to move in these markets. Now, I've been on the sidelines for like a week now, but I'm about to move off these sidelines because I believe there's the potentiality to see a rally tomorrow in the equity market, in the gold market, in the silver market, and the Bitcoin market. Could I be wrong? Of course. But we have a plan, though. All right, we have a plan. Dex's watch list is the plan. If those intraday price inflection points are met, I'm game. That's how we're going to go. So even if I'm wrong, and the market does not rally, but instead cracks and crashes and burns, then we'll play that side of the market. But right now, I am waiting because I believe that I'm right, and I'm going to see this. We're going to see this rally tomorrow. But if I'm wrong, I'll be okay because I'll be short. So whatever plays out, we'll be ready for it. But for right now, I'm sitting on my hands because tomorrow's announcement is going to be the biggest announcement of the year so far because so many things are happening. It's going to be chaos. It has the potential to be chaos tomorrow. All right. You know, the Fed is going to do everything in its power not to say the wrong thing because every word that comes out of that man's mouth tomorrow is going to be analyzed, overanalyzed, reanalyzed, talked about, gossiped about, speculated about nonstop. Okay. Just be ready because it could be a bloodbath or it could be happy times are here again and we see gold do something I have never seen it do in reverse. I've seen gold drop $100 in one day in more than one occasion, but I've never seen it rally $100 in a day. Perhaps tomorrow could be that day, folks. I'm just saying. Keep your powder dry and your barrel pointed in the right direction for tomorrow. It's a critical juncture where we are, and you don't want to misstep. You don't want to misstep. I cannot say that enough. Do not misstep. Be patient, chill out, let the market do what it's going to do. Normally, I wouldn't care. I would just go ahead and trade and be like, it's any other day, but it's not any other day. There's war that is raging, that is about to go even hotter. It may go nuclear. It could go thermonuclear. We don't know. And because of all the uncertainty and the market hating uncertainty, it could roll over and play dead. But then again, you don't know what the Fed is going to do. And not only do we not know what the Fed is going to do, we don't know what the Fed is going to say. So, want to be ready, folks. Want to be ready. Hey, what up, bro, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good to see that you made it back home safely, man. Beautiful pictures, too. Um, all right, so tomorrow's a big day, folks. FOMC, man. All right, be there or be square, you know. It's gonna be on and popping. You gotta hear what the man is saying. I'm gonna be sitting on the edge of my seat, front row seat. The announcement is one thing, and it could give a certain market reaction, but I think the bigger reaction is gonna come when he's doing the press conference, when he speaks, and if he's gonna take any questions or what have you. That's gonna be the big, big, big part. And you're definitely going to want to be ready for that. You want to be ready. You don't want to miss that. It has the potential to be spectacular. But I got to give you the flip side too. It has the potential to be a dud. It could be whatever. And it could be a quiet day. So there's just so much potentiality here. You know, there's so many ways that things can go. And there's so many unanswered questions. And then you got Biden wanting to fleece the country, with wealth taxes and new capital gains taxes. Uncle Sam wants your wallet now. Uncle Sam's hitting you up for money. All right, because Uncle Sam's an old drunk, a bum in the alley, and he used up all the money he had getting drunk over the weekend, and now he's run dry. He needs more money so he can buy some more of that wild turkey. All right, that cheap cheap wine. So he's hitting us up now. All right. So be ready, folks. That's all I can say. Be ready. Um, If anything goes left, then I will probably do an emergency broadcast if things go left tomorrow, depending on what happens. All right. No promises. It just depends. You know, if things get crazy, I won't have a choice. All right. So yeah, man. Yeah. Wild Irish Rose and Cisco. Yeah, man. The cheap stuff. You know, the cheap stuff, man. The cheap stuff. That's what I'm talking about. The cheap stuff. All right, folks. Y'all know what it is, man. The system works if you work the system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. I'll see you guys in the morning for the morning show, of course. And then we'll see. We'll take it from there. We'll see how things go. I'm expecting things to be quiet in the overnight markets. I'm not expecting too much of anything because I think everyone's waiting on the edge of their seat to see what's going to happen tomorrow. All right. So I'll see you folks later. Oh, and like I say, I'm flat. I am flat. I'm flat right now. I'm doing nothing. I have no working orders, no open positions, nothing until tomorrow. Yeah. Now, what I normally do, in case you don't remember, I'll say it again here. What I normally do is I reevaluate. I always take a peek at the markets before I go to bed. And if anything looks like it may be popping off, then I will go ahead and send out that tweet. I'll put it in Discord. I'll put it in the Slack room and let you know if I'm, what I'm planning to do. And I'll give you the specifics so you can, log in and see specifically exactly what I'm doing. Okay. So we'll see, man. We'll see. All right, folks. Smash the like button, share the video, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. I'm out. Peace.